in the wake of this Cambridge Analytica scandal where 87 million, maybe more people's personal information fell into the hands of the scheming company behind Donald Trump's election campaign, also Ted Cruz, there was a lot of call on Capitol Hill for Mark Zuckerberg to come and talk to Congress, which he finally did. He did. The first day was 5 hours. I don't know. I think there was a second day it took maybe as much time. There were a lot of funny memes that came out of it. We'll tell you about the takeaways and just a little taste of what they might be. Does Facebook have a monopoly? A lot of senators, do they know how Facebook works, period? Also, the terms of service seem to be a point of controversy for a lot of folks, wondering why they need to be so long. And then we'll tell you in a minute just how much each of the people who were asking Mark Zuckerberg questions had received from Facebook for their election campaigns. But first, thoughts 5 words or less.
The committee poked Facebook.
Social Network 2, summer 2019.
Saving face book.
Ooh.
Time to Facebook the music.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
got it.
All right, so do you guys watch it? Did you actually sit and watch the testimony? No?
I watched a couple minutes of it, yeah.
What did you think of it?
Well, I was really surprised he was able to kind of hold himself together, honestly, with the amount of questions and just the barrage and just the different types of questions that were asked. But there were some questions that were asked. It was kind of funny where he didn't know how to answer in a way that didn't make the senator sound like an idiot.
Right.
Because some of the questions, even for me, I'm not really a tech person, but I was like, oh, obviously I know what the answer is. So it was really interesting to see him try to answer those questions without sounding like a jackass.
Yeah, it did seem like no one knew how to use Facebook. They had a lot of strange questions for him.
Perhaps they did know, but I think that the senators were trying to line up their questioning, really break things down. But as someone, we've all grown up with Facebook. Sometimes it got really tedious for me because it didn't really get to the core of what I thought was the problem. Like establishing that Facebook works with advertisers. I think most people sort of knew that, but perhaps the older generation didn't, which is why there was one senator whose name I'm blanking on in particular was just sort of trying to hammer home. I don't think that your terms of service or your user agreement.
Senator Kennedy said your terms of agreement sucks.
Yeah,
is what he said.
And so I think that there was sort of a generational divide because I would have liked to get to the core of I know that they have our information. I know that they work with advertisers. I didn't need that dynamic to be broken down too much more. And I felt like I watched probably about an hour or so of the testimony, just like different pockets here and there. And a lot of the questioning, I was like, didn't we know this? Didn't we kind of?
Seems redundant.
It seems redundant.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's a great point, Grace, because when I was reading about this, I thought about when you give your mom an iPhone for the first time, and what's Siri? Like how?
My mom still doesn't know how to work her iPhone.
Right. My mom either. My mom either. So the questioning that was being presented was based on that. Like you had, as you said, our generation and you guys watching have grown up with Facebook and social media, so we're more inclined to be with it quicker.
And furthermore, the steps that Facebook is willing to take to remedy the issue, I felt like we only briefly sort of touched on that, where potentially there could be a pay model where there is a free Facebook, but then also you can pay, which kind of jives with Facebook rolling out some more original content, and then maybe they'd be sort of like an Amazon type sort of hybrid. But we didn't really get any more details on what Mark Zuckerberg plans to implement to make Facebook different.
It seems like if they did have a pay version of Facebook, it would be more similar to like Amazon Prime than it would be to like Hulu, right?
Right.
So when you subscribe to like Hulu, you get videos. When you subscribe to Amazon, you get a whole bunch of services affiliated with like the tech hegemon that is Amazon, including like free shipping and stuff. So if you paid for Facebook, you'd probably see no ads. You'd get around the other things that they do. All the sketchy stuff they do to make money, right? They learn about what you like so they can, when people like Coca-Cola show up and be like, we want to tell people about the new Diet Coke bottle, they'll be like, here are the kinds we'll put that on the pages of people who seem like they would really like Diet Coke or be open to changing to Diet Coke. The frustrating thing is like, yeah, it just seemed so huge, the span of things people were talking about. There was like, Ted Cruz is like, do you censor conservative websites? You're like, that's not what we're here for. But then the longer it went on, no one really knew what we were here for. What's the takeaway? What do you think the takeaway will be from all of this?
I think, well, they made a point that Facebook has no competition, so I think that more eyes will be on that element of the whole situation. I think I think as consumers of Facebook, and Grace as a former consumer of Facebook, we'll just be more aware. I mean, what else can we do?
Yeah, and also being mindful that perhaps there could be regulations. They definitely said that that could be something that the committee would explore, that they would start regulating social media sites. So seeing where that plays out and establishing whatever Facebook monopoly, because I know Senator Lindsey Graham was very intent on that. That's sort of what I'm interested in.
Yeah, it's interesting to me. We'll see, because the people who would probably write all these regulations, given how little people know within Capitol Hill, are probably Facebook people. We're gonna leave you with this gif of Mark Zuckerberg smiling and unsmiling. Senator, we run ads. Turn up the smile. Turn down the smile. So amazing.